Welcome to America by Design Innovations. This series is all about innovation and cutting-edge design ideas. Our elite group of industry leaders has gathered at PepsiCo's New York Design Studio to judge some of America's best and brightest innovations. They'll decide which designs make it through to the top 10, where one outstanding project will be crowned the winning innovation of the season.
American design is alive and well, as it should be.
Lots of people don't understand that design, architecture, all of these disciplines have great power.
The public can only benefit from a deeper understanding of how things come into existence.
It really talks to the average person who's not in design. It shows the value of design, it shows them a peek into our process.
If we want design to really represent all, we need more people coming to it. So it's those people that I hope notice.
We kick off our search in Marlborough, Massachusetts, with a look at our first innovation.
The New England Innovation Academy is a remarkable project because design thinking can be applied to any field, but they apply that design thinking to reinvent that education process.
It is this wonderful combination of a prep school, a business school, a vocational school where you're learning a skill, and a design school.
We know that anybody at any age can innovate and might have better ideas than somebody who's 35. So really visionary, really exciting.
All innovations involve providing solutions, but not all solutions involve physical products. Some, like here at the New England Innovation Academy, reimagines the education experience to provide us with a new generation of entrepreneurs and innovators. Matt, I love this space. I can feel the creativity just exuding out of the walls.
Well, thank you very much. That was our intent, to create a beautiful space where people can innovate.
Now tell me, what happens around here at the New England Innovation Academy?
Well, we teach a curriculum that is a blend of innovation, entrepreneurship, and human-centered design in order to help kids become thoughtful leaders in the future. And that stems from an MIT program I created called the Integrated Design and Management Program that blends those things.
Okay, so you're telling me this is an MIT-style education, but consumable for a younger audience?
You got it. Welcome to the Hub.
The Hub. Now this looks like a cafeteria to me.
Yes, it is a cafeteria, but it's also a place where kids can get together and hang out.
Some kids really like the cafeteria, but other kids kind of dreaded it.
Yeah, and I was one of those kids that dreaded it. I was bullied as a kid, and it really had a huge impact on my trajectory in life. Yeah, innovation is risky, right? And there's a lot of trial and error and failure.
Now, one of the great things I hear about this school is it's not purely academic. Your students are creating a real product that they're actually going to be able to sell.
That's right. Yeah, right now we have students working really hard to create a new product that has value, and they got to make 20. And then they're going to sell them all at the end of the year.
Hey, John, Matt tells me this is where all the action happens.
It is, Scott. Welcome to Innovation Studio.
Yeah, what's going on in here?
So in here we have a 10th grade class, and they're working on solving problems in the kitchen.
So I'm looking over here on the table here. I even see some branding ideas and some logos. Are you telling me that not only are they designing the product, but they're also designing the branding and the branding schemes?
Exactly. So every group is trying to make a product that has an emotional value to a consumer and a functional value to a consumer.
That seems so advanced for only 10th grade. I'm so impressed.
It's pretty incredible. I mean, our program is based on a master's program at MIT. And the idea is, can we teach some of those skills that are learned at a master's level at a much earlier age to give them more of a head start?
Hey guys, I was just over there with John and he told me that there's some really cool innovations you guys are working on. I came over to see them. Kayla, what are you working on there?
So this is the GK Level Up. So we're kind of focusing on like a sliding and pushing mechanism to make measuring more efficient in the kitchen.
I love this. It really invites my hand in there to hold it with this ergonomic shape.
My product is a reusable produce bag that's aiming to eliminate single-use products in the grocery store scene. Here, you can take a look at it. We got all of our materials from a clothing drive we held here at NIA.
Ileana, what are you working on?
My product, Measura, we call it the new era of measuring. So similar to GK, we made an adjustable measuring cup, but rather than just doing one measurement, we're doing both dry and wet measurements.
So Paul, what are you working on over here?
So I've been working on a soap company for the kitchen product. We've been really focusing in on the experience, the user experience and our consumer experience, going through all the layers of what we've used like texture, scent, and the feeling of it and the colors, which is really important to us.
Working on this project has really taught me a few skill sets that I wouldn't have had experience at any other school. So I've learned how to laser engrave, how to 3D print, how to 3D model. And these are things that I know I can take with me in the future in my desired kind of design-based career. So I'm really grateful for that experience.
So Lily, you're the head of collaborations here at NIA, and I hear you're also a mom of one of the students here. How's your experience been?
Oh, it's been transformative for my son. He's been online schooling for the past couple years. Coming to NIA has really helped him understand why he's coming to school and why he's learning what he's learning.
So as the head of collaborations here at NIA, what's next?
The next is to really prepare these students to go out into the real world by bringing in real world partnerships into the school. And hopefully they can walk out of here as better human beings.
Well, to these eyes, I think they're already there.
Democratizing Home Design is a husband and wife team in Florida.
Basically, it's bringing low-cost, upscale home design. Very attractive solutions. I really like where they're approaching with this, and I love the sustainability aspect of this.
I thought it was really interesting how they've taken so much wood product, lumber, out of the process. We do need more trees around, taking the carbon out of the air, so that's a plus.
And just looking at the steel framework and knowing that it saves 3.5 acres of forest is amazing. Design, sustainability, and affordability is always going to win in my mind.
In a recent America by Design architecture episode, we met Pablo here in Florida, and I had rather a stark conversation with him about price per square foot to build houses. Let me recap. See these giant mansions over here? Now they're worth $16 to $30 million, but their price per square foot to build them is around $6,000. Now these rather modest apartments over here, their price per square foot to build those is around $500. Now Pablo is building homes way more impressive than those for half that. So I thought I'd come back to dive into the weeds and find out how he's doing it. Now, Pilar, I've got you away from Pablo for a minute. What do you think Pablo's secret sauce is?
I think it's all about passion. It's his passion towards what he's doing. And that passion, he goes to the collaborators and providers, and they just jump in.
They follow?
Yes.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Now, it's your job to sell the homes. I assume you lead with the green?
Yes, I try to, but when the customers see the final home, they are all about the Italian kitchens, European doors, the finishes.
Oh, really?
The interior finishes.
Not so much about saving the planet.
Not so much about that.
Maybe we want both.
We need both. Yes, of course. That is the main objective, having both.
So Craig, this is where the construction really begins, not on site, but here.
That's correct. For our product, it starts here because what we do is take the architectural plans and we put all the rough openings and the heights and the settings into this model. Once this model's set, the guys on site don't have to think about it.
And this looks like a row of condos, Pablo?
Yeah, everything that you see is a block of 10 condominiums ready to be printed.
It's funny you should say printed, because it does sort of strike me as being like 3D printing.
Very similar process. So what you see here will be what comes out of the machine.
After that is just assembly and installation.
Yeah, stick it on a truck and away it goes, out to site.
Right.
So Craig, is Pablo onto something here?
Yeah, it's looking that way.
And this is really good news for you. You're a steel guy.
I'm a steel guy.
The American steel industry has been decimated, hasn't it, in the past?
Yeah, it seems to be coming back.
So it's all American steel?
It's all American steel, all American product.
That's what I like about this too. The whole thing's homegrown.
Yeah.
So imagine you can scale this thing in this factory. You've got plenty of room.
That's what the plan is. The orders are coming in and the product's working.
So the trucks will be stacked up outside, taking it everywhere.
That's where we're heading. That's where we're heading.
Okay, so this is a project halfway through. How big's this home?
Mike, this house is 3,005 square feet, 4 bedroom, 4.5 bathroom, and a flex room.
Okay, quite a big family home.
It is.
There's a lot of steel here.
Yes, one of the benefits of our system is that we're trying to recycle using recycled materials. This is the equivalent of recycling 7 cars.
Huh. And of course, more often than not, this would be timber framing.
That is correct. What we're trying to do here is continue saving the planet. With this house only, we're saving around 3.3 acres of forest.
Gosh, that's just for this home. And it's not a very busy work site. I mean, I think I've counted 4 guys here.
Yeah, we have 4 guys. Our system is built with 4 guys in 10 days. When in comparison with the regular construction system, it will take you around 60 days and 50 people.
Now, recently, your homes were put to the ultimate test.
Yes, Hurricane Ian.
Hurricane Ian, of course.
Such a scary day for me. Not for Pablo, though.
Oh, really? Why were you not scared?
Well, Mike, we did a really good job in pre-planning and designing the home, and we knew that the house will stand hurricanes like this one.
His response was, numbers are numbers, and engineering doesn't fail.
Don't you love engineers? It's a hell of a ride being entrepreneurs, isn't it?
Yes.
It is, Mike, and we're basically run out of passion because we want to make a difference in the area that we live.
Do you think one day you're going to end up in one of those big mansions over there?
No, actually, no, Mike, that's not our dream. We rather prefer to be living in a house that is making a difference for the world than just in a white elephant that is just big numbers.
This season, we're proud to feature 2 affiliate awards. The Sustainability Award, sponsored by Dell Technologies, will be presented to one project that exemplifies sustainable practices. And the Bright Award, sponsored by Planet Innovation, one lucky innovator will be selected for entry into the exclusive PI Bright program. Winners will be announced in the final episode. Welcome back to America by Design Innovations. Our design industry leaders have been busy reviewing and selecting the best innovations from across America. Stay with us to find out which projects from this episode will move forward for a chance to win it all in the final.
La Rentrada is a perfect example of what the design process is about. To be able to look at products like waste and repurpose it to create something, this is a process that is extremely important.
We're always, as designers, looking for new and more sustainable materials. The fact that she's found so many uses for a lowly avocado is really inspiring.
What in her brain actually made her look at them and say, oh, I'm going to grind it up and make them into bricks? That's invention. That's exploration.
Hi, Junsara, welcome.
Hi, Maria Elena. Thanks so much for having us at your studio. So you're a Parsons grad.
I am, yes.
I remember seeing these beautiful notebooks of your natural dyeing.
Yeah, some years ago, you guys had invited me at the Healthy Materials Lab to show you my research on natural dyes, and I have continued this line of work on material research, specifically around avocado seeds, which I've been exploring from many different angles.
Oh, so cool. I can't wait to see it. So Maria Elena, before we go deep into this, why the avocado seed?
So many years ago, I discovered that you could use avocado seeds to dye textiles, and I had an avocado tree back home.
So back home is Venezuela?
Yes, exactly. This made me curious what else I had ignored about this tree that I had in my backyard and many other plants. One summer, I had so many avocado seeds that I started to grind them into a powder just for volume purposes. And this was the result.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. So this is ground avocado seeds.
Yeah, exactly. To me, it reminded me of sand. So I wonder if it could also act as a construction material. So I tried many different binders. And at the end, I ended up using a seaweed. This is sargassum seaweed, which is invading the Caribbean.
Sargassum seaweed. And seaweed is a carbon sequester, right?
It is. And in this project, like double, because it is replacing cement, what we normally would use in cement, which, as you know, has a lot of like CO2 emissions. Same avocado seeds, there is an excess in the world, and it's replacing sand, which we're running out of.
So you just combine avocado seed and the binder of sargassum seaweed?
Plus water.
Plus water. So that's truly a healthy material. Wow, so many avocado seeds. I guess avocados have become very popular these days. Where do you get them?
So I have partnered throughout the years with many different restaurants, sometimes even people who had given them to me.
Oh, cool. And what would happen to them if you didn't take them?
They would throw them in the trash.
Huh. So you're basically diverting them from the landfill.
Exactly.
Amazing. And then how does an avocado seed get from being this to being this sand?
So I'll show you now.
Whoa, just that simple little machine.
Yes, exactly.
So what's the whole process?
So I first wash them and I let them air dry for around a week because they're very moist. And then I ground them up 3 times, letting 1 week in between for the material to air dry, because the more fine and the more dry it becomes, it looks more like sand.
Aha. So can we try it?
Yes, of course. So you can put 5 of them in here.
5 seeds?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I started out with the lowest setting. So as you can see, first it's almost like a beige color, like very light.
Yeah.
But slowly it's going to oxidize and become red.
And the fragrance is also very intense.
Yeah, it smells a lot. So whenever I have a big batch in the studio, people really comment.
I bet. It doesn't smell anything like avocado.
No.
Amazing that oxidation happens so quickly.
Yes.
Wow. This color is really intense. And it's very moist.
It is, yes, which is why I need to let it air dry for almost a month.
Oh, wow.
Because otherwise I could get mold.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. I can see how it can become a dye.
Yeah, exactly. So here are some of the applications which are in a way more like propositions. All these textiles have been dyed with avocado seeds. When you boil the avocado seeds, you can get a color kind of like this.
Right.
But depending on the water properties, the color is going to come out a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. These are so beautiful. So you're saying the water properties, so the fact that this is darker and this is lighter is because the water is different?
Exactly.
So that's why you have all of these different waters?
Yes. I started asking people to send me water samples from around the world, and I have there from all over.
Amazing. What else can you do with it?
So you already saw the sand that we made earlier.
Yeah.
And with this sand mixed with the extract from this sargassum seaweed, we can make a clay that can be used to make bricks and different materials.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Feels pretty strong.
And with these same materials, I've also done this material that is almost like a leather.
Wow, yeah.
In a way.
So this is also seaweed and avocado seed and water?
Exactly.
Wow, and what makes them different? I mean, this is a brick and this is a piece of leather.
So I'm using like different proportions of the materials and also like different drying times.
Wow, what amazing experiments. And what's this?
So this is avocado seed oil, and I did a conceptual experiment last year running a car with this oil.
You're kidding.
At first it sounded like a joke, but then I remember that you can run diesel vehicles on vegetable oil, and I found a woman that she let me try her car with avocado seed oil.
And did the car actually run off of this?
It did.
Amazing. Did you drive it?
A little bit, yes.
Oh, incredible. What else can you do with this avocado seed? It seems like you're exploring every possibility.
There are endless possibilities, and something that I wonder was, can we actually create electricity from the avocado seed the same way that we do this potato electricity experiment? And it ended up working.
And so just the avocado seeds is running this watch?
Yeah, and it runs for like 2 to 3 days.
Amazing. Maria Elena's work is a clear example of how even in the smallest of spaces, innovation can be ignited. These regenerative materials show a huge promise for a future that has positive impact on the environment, a slowing of climate change, and ultimately making a healthier place for all people to live.
Stay with us for more of America's top design innovations. But first, a behind-the-scenes look at our journey creating the official ByDesign Award.
Naftali, Mike, great to see you finally.
In person.
Absolutely. Too much time on the Zooms. Come in.
I think so. Yeah. Right. Well, I recognise these pieces.
It was a fun project you gave us, I must say. So we started off with this kind of basic form, all the designs that Scott was working on with us.
Yeah, it's kind of a draft of a draft, but it certainly got us thinking.
Absolutely, and we advanced the concept with this sort of swept form, and it was really taken with the capabilities of adding clear elements with transparent colour.
I
and
did
parts
like
inside.
that.
But then you guys fell in love with the next stage, which was this model
yes.
you
Here she
saw in
is.
New York.
Yes, we all like this. This was like a next stage up, I think.
Yeah, we kept playing around with colour, and we went for this fabulous blue.
Oh, hello! Look at this.
And we've got my favourite yellow here as well.
Yeah, I really like the blue.
And we did a few more colour options which we've got over there as well.
Naftali, you've gone crazy.
Yeah, that's what my manager says. Yeah,
I mean the colour choices are endless.
absolutely. And then you said it was maybe too much of a distraction. I wanted to go back to basics, classic, strip it back.
Yeah, well, that was the team. But I think the team would kill me if we made
If we
more
went back
changes.
to colours now,
I think so. You know why I'm here, Naftali.
You want to see the parts as they come off the printer, and you want to see the final design. Let's go take a look. Here we are, Mike. Here's the final design for you, all cleaned up.
Wow.
So all that's left is to carry out some post-processing, and we'll have it polished up,
Looking
nice
like
and glossy
this.
like that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. This is it. This is the one.
Welcome back to America by Design. Before we reveal which projects will be moving forward to the finals, let's take a look at the winning project from this season's Australia by Design.
Innovation. It can be as simple as tweaking an existing idea, but then you get the big dreamers, those that want to disrupt entire industries. This next innovator falls into that category. He's taking on the world of electric motorcycle design and he's laying it all on the line to do it.
Fundamentally, traditional petrol motorcycles and electric motorcycles are very similar, but with the electric vehicle, we have a lot more freedom in design. We're not limited by a petrol engine and have to design around that.
The world of motorcycle design is dominated by multi-million-dollar brands that have been around for years and years and years. I mean, what makes this kid from Melbourne thinks he can take that on?
Being a smaller company has its advantages. We can pivot, we can change, we can add features at the drop of a hat. It literally takes days, not weeks or months to make a decision.
Now, I believe a relation of yours helps you sketch these things out.
Yeah, so Dave Hendroff, he's an extended relative of mine. He's an amazing designer. He's an interior architect by trade, but he's been sketching motorcycles for 30 years.
With this particular sketch, when I showed it to Dennis, he says, that's it, stop all work.
Yeah,
We're going to focus on that one. Okay, and then we developed into that one. And then from there, Dennis built this one.
2016 was our first ground up build. That was the one I sold my car for. 2018 is the first one that that Dave was involved with. So you can see it's radically different, much more beautiful design. 19, first powertrain, and then 2020, the first one that I guess looks like a finished vehicle, but we still had a lot of work to do on the engineering.
The bike we're about to see is where all this evolution has led to. Whoa. That's one sexy looking motorbike, man. Thanks. So this is the latest prototype?
Yes.
It really does look like a highly designed piece of engineering and machinery, but this is where normally the petrol would go.
Yeah.
But there's no petrol. What's in here now?
This is just a shell for us. So we've used carbon fibre in this case, which is an option for customers. And we've got fiberglass as standard. In here we've got our batteries and our power electronics. We have the motor inverter, which is the brains of the power delivery. And then obviously the motor, which drives power to the pulley and then to the rear. We've got about 170 something pre-orders now for vehicles. Basically our next step is to try and scale production.
So Dennis, I mean, this innovation is not just about the mechanics. For you, it's also about introducing AI and the cloud?
Yeah, look, software is so important in the emerging EV industry. It's what's going to differentiate us, I think, at least initially. And so having over-the-air updates and having your vehicle get better over time is unheard of in the motorcycling industry.
So Sash, you work here while these guys are putting on cranks and tightening up nuts and bolts, you're refining the AI.
That's right, yeah. So all of this data that comes off of the bike, we use that, we refine that, we feed it back to the engineering. We also use it to develop some of our new features for our customers.
Dennis, tell us about this guy. Here's your test pilot.
He is, yeah. So Adam's our assembly technician / test rider. We start with some slow speed stuff and eventually build it up to some more aggressive testing.
Tell me about the power of an electric bike compared to a normal motor petrol bike.
Sure, so it's instantaneous. It'll be comparable to 600 to 1,000 cc motorcycle.
So where do you see this bike being used primarily?
So it's mainly a commuter type bike. It has a range of anywhere between 200 to 300 kilometers, depending on where you're riding it, how you're riding it, how aggressive you are with the acceleration. So let me show you where we charge this thing up. So there's a little lion head on the right hand side of the bike. That's our charging cap. You just flick it open and that's it.
And how long would it take to charge up a bike?
On the lower spec bike with a smaller battery pack, it's about 5 hours.
Now give me a price comparison. If you were to fuel up this with petrol as opposed to electricity.
Sure, so with the range being 200 to 300 Ks, a tank of petrol would probably cost you $20, $30. We estimate, 18 kilowatts of power, it's around $5 of electricity. We're primarily driven by design and we're primarily driven by performance. The fact that it's electric and it's environmentally conscious is really a bonus, and we love that about our bike. We've used a lot of aluminium on the bike, which is fully recyclable, so we try and use whatever we can that is recycled.
Wow, okay. This all Aussie team have one big dream, not only to help save the planet, do its bit, but to completely rev up the world of electric bikes.
Which project do you think should win? Cast your vote in the American Standard People's Choice Award to pick your favorite innovation. One entry will be chosen to win a prize from the luxurious Studio S collection by American Standard. For details and to vote, just scan the QR code on the screen or go to ByDesign.global. Good luck. It's time to find out which innovations from this episode will go through to this season's Best of the Best final.
I think that's a perfect decision. That they really got through the final, because education is so important.
Not only it benefits the design industry, it actually benefits everybody, because design thinking can be applied to any field.
Gives them the tools and empowers them to say, you can be the next innovator. That's pretty incredible.
Who would have thought there could be so many compelling use cases for an avocado? I can't wait to see how these new materials can find their ways into actual products.
That process that got her from here to there, that's what I want to see on ByDesign.
It's hopeful and it's good to see graduates experimenting and thinking in a systemic way.
Congratulations to those deserving innovations. We wish them luck in the final. For more information on any of the innovations featured or to enter your vote in the American Standard People's Choice Award, simply go to ByDesign.global.